And now we're live. Hello, folks. Welcome back.
Welcome to Monday Talk.
Yeah, and that's number 102, Phil was just telling me.
Yes.
102. We started right around May 1st of the infamous year of 2020. And, of course, now we're in the further infamous year of 2021.
Yeah.
So,
and there's Tara.
Hey. Tara from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Yep.
And we will, as usual, we will wait for 5 minutes. See, oh, well, there. In the amount of time it took me to look up and look back down, we picked up 2 more people. So pick up.
Piling in.
That's right. I think some people wait until they get the announcement that we've gone live. So there we go. And then we'll fire up Discover Clarity to build your online business with the ACT Matrix. So cool stuff. Bill and I have done a fair amount of that.
Just a little.
Years and years of it.
Massachusetts.
Oh, Melinda in from Massachusetts.
Hey.
One of my almost southern neighbors. If a strip of New Hampshire wasn't down there.
Getting in the way.
I always figured, how did they know to build that there so they could put a toll booth between Massachusetts and Maine? That was clever.
Yeah, somebody was forward thinking there, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure that they meant it. You give them a seaport, but
yeah.
They more mainly what it gets.
But some other uses for it.
They put a toll booth there. And anybody who does, I know some of you don't know, but there's really a pretty narrow strip of land that you have a drive across from Massachusetts to Maine, and Maine is and from New York too, a huge vacation spot. So to get to the vacation spot, you got to pay a toll in New Hampshire.
Yeah, New Hampshire gets it on the action.
Smart. Oh, well.
Hey, Carlisle. Okay. Yeah, got a few people sign up here today. Very nice.
Yeah, we're up to 11. We've picked up 2 more.
Yeah.
103. We're almost ready to go. As we'll fire through this, and please do put in where you're from over in the chat.
If you haven't already done so.
From Maine, Langhorne, Virginia,
temporarily,
Florida,
temporarily in Miami.
Otherwise, okay, we'll take it wherever you are.
Please hiding out down there.
Nova Scotia, of course, Fairfax, Virginia. Tina is on. Another South Florida up there.
Wyoming.
Oh, there we go. Now we went out west. Big Sky Company. I know Montana's Big Sky, but still, big place up there, Wyoming. Casper and such. Remember back in the CB days, we all knew that. What was Casper? Was that the ghost town or something? Or?
Oh yeah.
CBers. Oh, hello, another from Florida.
Nice.
Wow, people down there are soaking up the sun, I guess. I'm up here soaking up the snow. We got 104. We're 1 minute away.
There.
1 minute away. Wyoming, Florida, Canada. Oh, from Carlisle.
Yeah. I'm thinking that might be.
Because the friendly Casper is the friendly ghost, right?
Yeah, of course.
Very much.
Friendliest ghost you know.
And I'm just continuing to look through. So it looks like we have Canada and USA on. Vegas. Oh, Jazz is in from Vegas. Yep.
Walking in the sun on a beautiful day. Good for you.
There we are. Now it is 105. So we'll
are ready.
14. So it's good that we waited. We picked almost doubled our numbers.
We
so
did.
That's a good thing. And welcome. We're going to run through the matrix really quick.
Yes, we are.
And then we will bebop over onto the Discover Clarity to build your online business. And so the way we do is we say something to the order of we have a point of view, a tool, whatever you want to say, that we work from. And is it okay if we show it to you?
And then we pause.
Then we pause because we want to see if it really is okay if we show you our tool, our point of view. Oh, we got a couple.
We are
Okay,
still
great.
batting 1,000, Kevin.
Hey, okay. That's a cool thing. And so it looks like what Phil is holding up. I can make Phil bigger if you want. There. We'll make his screen big.
Oh,
There.
why?
Say, who is important to you is the first question. And so we answer that question. I even answer it myself. I say something like, my wife is important. We have a husband on Sam's side, and we have babies on Tina, and we have pets. Yay, pets. Love pets. Yep. Sometimes just for fun.
Husbands.
You know, I'll put my goats in there. I got goats. I'm a big farmer, folks. I got goats and honeybees. Self, boyfriend, family, brother, co-workers.
Bees are wintering. Co-workers. All right.
Very nice. So that's
got a good list. Got a good list.
There we go. That's solid.
Pretty solid.
Okay. So of course, thoughts of those people, feelings associated with those people show up in you. Now we're going to go over and we're going to discuss the yucky stuff that can show up inside of you.
Oh.
And, the example I use is fear. Fear can show up inside of you, and it's yucky. It doesn't feel good to feel afraid. Right? There's fear.
Get away from it.
But there's many other. Oh, we already have self-doubt show up.
Nice.
And confusion. Oh no, yes. And guilt, that's a biggie. It shows up. That's very popular. I had one of mine. Anxiety. Stuart also said. He said anxiety. Cynicism.
Cynicism.
Oh man, I love cynical hour. Hey, it's fun. Imposter syndrome. Ever popular one. Absolutely.
Yep. I didn't see.
I'm trying to fill in any blanks.
Well, I'm going to go for anger.
My anger is a good one. Another that's not on here, sadness.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the feeling of powerlessness.
Oh, isolation.
Feeling isolated. Yes. These are all yucky. Okay, so when something feels yucky inside of you, there's lots of stuff that shows up and urges to get rid of that stuff. That's why we call it yucky. You want to get rid of it. Get it off me. And so, like for fear, you might run away. You might run and reduce the fear, right?
Run. How about self-doubt?
Oh, what might one do to lessen, get relief from self-doubt?
Cry. Yeah, okay.
There we go. Or another one showed up, the feeling of low motivation had showed up.
Low motivation.
A couple of favorites have been added in by Ashley. Sleep and eat. That sort of does for everything.
That'll work.
Criticize others. That's a very popular one. Good one, Tara.
Oh, yeah.
Criticize others.
Criticize.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Blame everyone else.
Yeah, we're talking.
Well, Tina's got her wine
Avoid.
there.
Avoid.
All of you must be somewhat familiar with yucky stuff.
I think that these folks have been around the block.
You've been around the block and felt those yucky things show up and noticed yourself getting relief from them with an away move. Great. And in the upper right, we then talk about the behaviors that we do for the explicit purpose of becoming closer to those who are important to us. Such as for my wife, I might go all hog wild and talk to her. So,
Call,
Jazz is going to call her brother. There we go.
call the bro.
And always play with the dog.
Dog.
Oh, call mom and dad. Call, check in on your parents.
Well, yep, check in.
Do some quality time with
Shit.
anybody, pet or
Quality time.
friend or whatever. Plan dinners with husband. Ah, how nice. Yes.
Plan dinner. All right. Go plan the dinner.
Walk dogs. Date. Don't do the date night. Yay, date nights. Those are great.
Date night.
And you say all of these, you know, they're you do them because they're about getting closer to, that is, moving toward who's important to you. And now we ask, do you think you might have the opportunity to notice all this stuff showing up in the next week or so? Like you might notice who's important to you.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, we already got a yes.
Very quickly. Yes.
Then you might notice yucky stuff. You might notice yourself doing away moves. Notice yourself doing toward moves. And it looks like we already have two people that say yes.
Yes.
They could indeed might have the opportunity to notice these things. Ah, very cool.
Yep.
We will next show you the very similar but slightly different diagram. And it's only slightly different because now we're talking about a person working with at least one other person, one or more other people. And when you do that, you have a shared purpose. So there's at least two of you. And even two people standing on the street corner talking have a shared purpose. Once two people get together, there's a shared purpose. And so now we talk about what kind of shared purposes might we have. So we would go like to today. What do we want to do today as a shared purpose?
Anybody?
The behavior web is getting cute. I mean,
look at that.
we're trying to avoid noticing.
Try to avoid.
Noticing,
build a business.
Really cool. You know, build a business, make the world a better place. Hey, build online business, build a business, learn.
Practice the matrix.
Hey, what a novel idea. Find clarity. Lots of people looking for that.
Looking for clarity.
Clarity. Stuff, right? We get about noticing. I think Anson's saying hi. I don't think it has anything to do with shared purpose.
Drive new ideas.
Drive new ideas. Hey, there you go. That is a biggie.
All right.
Now, this time when we talk about yucky stuff, we are going to talk about what we call social yucky stuff, meaning it's the stuff that shows up when you go to work with one or more other people. And so some of you may have noticed yucky stuff. With communication, we're looking for yucky stuff. Embarrassment. Oh, that's a huge one. Huge one shows up is embarrassment when working with other people.
Self-doubt.
Self-doubt shows up.
Even with others.
Like imposter syndrome, the feeling judged kind of thing. People pleasing trap. Feeling that, okay, I see what you mean by
gotcha.
Frustration. Stomach ache show up. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stomach ache. Yes.
Garden variety fear also goes in this one. You get afraid when you go to work with other people. Other people are dangerous, Procrastination. Oh, that can show up. Confusion can show up working with others. A lot of times what shows up is your ego. Whatever it is, it's something about you wanting to defend your ego or expand your ego or something.
Get that right in the middle.
Overwhelmed. We got a good list. Ooh,
we do.
Good.
We do.
So now we talk about those special things that we do to get relief from that social yucky stuff. So maybe you're with somebody and you jump on your phone. Right? That's a really popular one, isn't it, Phil?
Oh, yeah. I've done that once or twice.
Stick your face in your phone.
Yeah, that's right.
And get away from that yucky stuff. What other What other things might people do to lessen that yucky stuff when they're working with other
When
people,
we're around other people.
being with other people? Self-pity. Well,
What does that look like on the outside?
What's it sound? Avoid. Okay, avoid.
All right.
Tina says avoid and avoid. Well, Melinda, we wonder what self-pity would look like
If you were having that show up
if you
on,
were having that show up.
you'd be doing something on the outside. Talk too much. There we go.
Talk too much. That's definitely. The other one is, of course, talk too little. It's the opposite side of the same.
Not talk.
Not talk. Sam says change plans. There you go.
Oh, change your plan. Yep.
Change plans.
Change.
Again, we come in with the blame others, which is ever a popular thing to do in social situations. Sarcasm. Oh, I love sarcasm. That's fun.
The more it drips, the better.
Not listening. These people must be familiar.
Do the familiar instead of the new. Okay, yeah, go to familiar. Go to familiar. All right.
Way fun stuff.
I do.
No, that's a great list. Okay. And we can always, you can always add to this.
Oh, yeah.
And then upper right is sort of a $64 million question because it depends on what the shared purpose is. However, we know of some common things like, clear communication in the upper right. It's a very nice thing to have going in the upper right. Anybody think of make eye contact? That's a behavior. Definitely eye contact.
Look at people.
Yep. Anybody else think of other? I mean, you can think of some specific things. Listen is always there. Ask. Well, Miriam, there's a saying from
ask, smile. Yep.
About go to the place where work is happening and ask questions with respect.
Oh.
So Miriam, ask questions with respect. It's a great thing to do.
Ask with respect, right there.
Yep. Smile, nod, open body language.
Yep.
All good stuff. They can all be seen. Yeah. All this is good. And obviously, whatever widgets you might be making, you got to divvy up the task of making the widgets.
Sign stuff.
Right. You just assign tasks. All that kind of stuff that might come with a group of people doing something. Ooh. And now, once again, you might have the opportunity to notice this stuff showing up in the next week or so. So what do you think? You think you might have the opportunity to notice shared purpose and social yucky stuff and social away moves and moving toward shared purpose in the next week or so? What do you think? We got several yeses. Several yeses. Okay.
3 yeses.
That's cool.
4 yeses. The yeses are growing.
Lots of yeses. So we have people socially connected. All right.
Nice.
That's
yeah.
Cool. Very cool. So just in case you want to know, folks, that thing I just did is called the basic form. That's what Phil and I call the basic form, where you roll people through. And you might not have been counting, but that was 11 steps that we rolled through. And to create that point of view. And it is a point of view that we repeatedly use. And so now we'll use it to discover clarity to build your online business. So first of all, what does clarity mean? That's a word. That's a big word.
Yeah, really.
So clarity shows up in your 5 senses. It's a sound. Clarity. We can make it into a Broadway song. but we won't. Clarity shows up right in the upper your senses, and down below. Well, what shows up down inside of you? This clarity. What is that? What? Maybe a definition. I mean, you can go to Webster's and look up the definition of clarity. Probably see stuff about diamonds, right? Yep.
Hold them up and.
Yep, the clarity of diamonds and stuff. What else? But you're going to see more to that definition. of clarity.
Hmm.
I have one that I'll share with you. Oh, I stepped the crowd. All right.
Yeah, really.
I don't know what clarity. You guys, you come on. You got your own personal definition of clarity. What's that? What's your own personal definition of just clarity to build your online business?
Pinpoint.
Pinpoint. I like it. There we go.
I'll put that down here. Pinpoint.
And clear, right? So clear.
Yep.
That can go with the diamond thing, or
Clear. All right.
well, now let's talk about it in terms of the stuff noticing. Well, let's go to the lower right and talk about your business in terms of who and what's important to you and shared purpose. At this point, we put it all together.
Right. So we're gonna put that here.
So
Business.
you think it might be handy to have clarity about who and what's important to you, and clarity about the shared purposes of your online business. What do you think? Or are you just going to say, the heck with it? Efficiency. Melinda says yes.
Yes.
Right, yes.
We're with you on that, Melinda.
So part of clarity is, of course, being able to see, right? Let's go back. Easy definition. If things are clear, you can see. If you're in, zero visibility fog, that's not clarity. That's, I can't see, so part of this is being able to see what you're up against, right? But it also, you need to see and be clear on who and what's important to you and shared purposes. See the whole picture, exactly. So we're going to build a whole picture for you to see. And yes, it includes who and what's important to you. Why, in terms of building an online business, would who and what's important to you be important? This is not a trivial question.
No.
Not a trivial question at all.
Really?
Client, financial stability, yeah. How about your family members? Your family members come into this at all?
Oh, you can know who you serve.
With those who you serve, that's the other side of the coin. Very much so. Right.
We're starting with you first here, right?
Yeah. How about you? Yeah. How about you?
Who, what's important to you?
This equation. How about your family? Do they make it into the equation?
My family makes it into my equation.
People are going, I wonder if they're important.
Time for myself and my family. Oh,
there you go. There you go. That's a biggie.
now we're heading there, right?
Now we're getting there. Right.
Family, because time is something you don't get back, right? Once it's spent, gone.
Time spent, gone.
Mission of your business, providing for your family and loved ones. There you go. That could
Sam summed it up very nicely. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to get, and we're just giving you a way of taking the matrix and working it so you can get clarity for your online business. And so Phil and I would be remiss if we didn't mention the who and the what's important to you, and that quickly dovetail into shared purposes of what you want to do with it. But you start with you and your family. Let's put it, that's just it. Because if you don't start with you and your family,
if it ain't working for you, it ain't working.
It's not going to work.
It's not working.
In the long run, I mean, you might have a honeymoon period where it works for a while, but eventually it's not going to work.
You gotta start getting some feedback there.
Right. So very important to consider that. And then, what if I'm going to do online business, then what kind of shared purposes will I be working with people on? What will we be trying to do? And of course, that somewhat depends on the business, but still, you look at all this, and it would be good to return to that often. Who and what's important to me, and what shared purposes do I have in doing this, well, in our case, online business adventure.
Wow.
That's vitally important, and it's this process, so you're going to come back to it. I think a lot of things are written, they'll be on a sheet of paper, and it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, write down. And you'll do that list once, and then you put it aside, and you never come back to it.
Crossed it off, moved on.
Right. Well, the matrix is not that way. We set it up so you keep looping around it. You just keep going round and round and round. So you'll come back to this.
Yep. Every day.
Now, and part of the reason why I bring this up is because there's going to be some stuff show up in the lower left regarding you doing an online business that is directly related to who and what's important to you. What kind of stuff might show up? Yucky stuff, might show up in terms of, oh, gee, I'm going to do an online business. And vis-a-vis who and what's important to me, what just showed up? What yucky stuff just showed up?
Fear of technology.
Fear, right? Fear of rejection. Those people might reject you.
Fear of
taking more time than expected. Exactly.
About failure.
Yeah, fear is the biggie. Fear of failure, fear of this, fear of that. Lots of fear is going to show up. And it's going to show up directly related to who and what's important to you.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it be you or your family or your friends.
Fear of missing
out.
One group.
You can't get the business off the ground. You may be made fun of.
Yeah.
That you may say, I'm doing an online business thing. And people are going to say, that can't be done. You're a fool. Which would be literally being made fool of. So they tell you.
Not like a fear of rejection kind of
fear
thing.
of rejection, right? All kinds.
What are you, crazy? Stress of the workload. See,
time-consuming, and
the work hasn't even started yet, and the stress shows up about it, right?
Finances, exactly.
How do I pay for all this?
Yeah, all that kind of stuff can show up, most definitely.
Time, how?
And as it would, and once you get into finances and time consuming, that's any business.
Yep.
You're not going to do a business without getting some finances and time into it. It's just all there is to it. So all of that stuff shows up, though. It all shows up. Now, of course, we then go up to the away move, and what is going to be the stuff that is going to be the absolute number one most popular away move?
Not a trick question, folks.
It's not a trick question.
Not do it. There you go.
Very good. Who was it? Melinda. Right. It's the.
All had some experience in that area, right?
I'm going to give up before I start.
I feel. Wow, that's a relief.
Right, and I
complain. Yeah,
better already.
You can complain, and then you can complain while you wait too, right?
Right, and the fancy way is, well, I'll wait to get that started. So that means that mentally, that you're not starting, but you're giving yourself the hope that you might start sometime in the future.
Read another book. Yes.
Read another book, and now you get into the other. It's the I'll go get more information trap.
Watch another webinar. There you go.
Right. And obviously, you need to get a little bit of information, obviously. But once you head over to the away moves, it is extraordinarily common for people to get stuck in the I need more information loop. And what happens, it becomes what's known as a stuck loop. Is you go get some more information, you feel relief.
Oh, yeah.
And so you've relieved the fear, and then what happens right after you get the relief and you have the more information? Well, I'm just going to tell you, the fear shows back up.
I just did another loop there.
Right. You just got another loop. And once it shows up, right, now more fear has shown up. So
I'm reading a book this time.
oh man, yeah. First I want to do a webinar, then I want to read a book.
And now I'm gonna oh damn that now I'm gonna just wait. I'm just gonna wait now. I'm reading and watching now. I'm gonna wait.
As Phil and I speak here, there are thousands of people in that loop.
Yep.
Tens of thousands of people.
More than not.
Right. It is because the internet makes it so easy to go get more information, which temporarily relieves the yucky feeling, but it is very temporary. And boom, here comes the fear again, and they just get stuck in that endless loop. So the two most popular is just give up altogether. That obviously avoids the loop, but
that's
then you're just not doing it at all, and then they go into the loop of, well, I'll do it, but I'm going to get plenty of information.
Yeah.
There's even a name for it. It's called analysis paralysis. Is the cute name you'll hear referred, and that's the diagram of it. That's analysis paralysis, and so, and as long as you're doing that, darn near nothing has happened in the upper right hand corner.
Yep. It's crickets up there in the upper right.
Up in the upper. Nothing. And a huge part of that is you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And part of clarity, some people may know I'm an old horse guy, and I like the movie The Horse Whisperer, and Robert Redford, the character he's playing, the Horse Whisperer, says a great line. He says, you know how it is when you get up in the morning and you know just what you need to do. And it was a reference to clarity, and all of us probably have felt that at times. You wake up and go, boy, I know right just what I need to get done today. And you go about doing it, right? And of course, Phil and I, we wake up and have every single day of our lives that way.
Oh, yeah.
That is a lie. Not at all.
Monday.
Yeah, especially on Monday. Usually I woke up and I was like, oh, no. So it's tough to know what you need to do, especially when it comes to this online business stuff. And so when you don't know what to do, where do you head? Think
Where
left.
going, folks. You got a choice. You can go this way.
If you don't know what to do, I don't know. Tina just said that more fear shows up,
right.
But you'll quickly go to try and find more information that will tell you what to do. We're not saying that you can do away with this stuff by doing this diagram. We're just giving you a way of noticing this stuff by doing this diagram, noticing where you are in the process. And that's fine. That's fine. Just so you know how to do that.
Yeah. Including right now, I'm noticing I'm doing my well-practiced away move.
Oh, yeah. Away moves are a huge part of life, big time. And to just notice yourself doing it. But eventually you will want to do something in the upper right. Phil and I don't have the recipe on every single different way that you might do an online business. We don't. But we do know of one way of doing it that'll get you an online business up and going. Now notice we didn't say making lots of money or anything like that, but you'll have an online business process established. Is it going to cost you a little bit of money? Yes. And it's just going to cost you some money. Oh, and
we live in a capitalist society.
Right. And then is it going to cost you a little bit of time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're going to put some time and money. However, you're not going to put thousands of dollars into it up front. And the internet is rife with people using the most popular price is about $5,000. And it goes up from there. But $5,000 to get people started on an online business. And so Phil and I have been around this a lot. I've been around it since 1998. So I mean, really early. literally Wild West days of the internet and on through. So that's not necessary. And the sad thing is a lot of the $5,000 courses, and I'm not dissing on all of them. Some of them may not be this way, but many of them might have found out don't give you a clear roadmap. Or even if it sort of looks like a clear roadmap, it turns out not to be a clear roadmap. It doesn't really show you what you need to do. So what Phil and I do with people, and we're going to tell you right now what you need to do, but if you want to get help with it, click the green button below, and it'll cost you a few bucks, but we will help you through the process.
Yes, we will.
Really, in just a month or two, we'll have you up and going. Now, you may not want to quit us after that, but we can't predict how long it will take you.
No.
So maybe it'll be a month.
No one else can either.
Maybe it'll be 2 months. Maybe it'll be 3 months. Whatever it is, we don't know how long it'll take you to. Answers. But people are different. But you can then step out at any time. Something that's just it. You don't have to stick with it. So that's why you'll say, why would I spend that much money with Kevin and Phil? Well, that's because we'll show you what you need to do. We'll give you clarity. And we're going to go ahead and tell you what it is anyway. That's the way we are. And we truly hope that you just go right ahead and do it all on your own, right? So, but that's it. So you may not know. So let's get into the steps. Always knowing you can come to Phil, sign up with our stuff, and we'll walk you right through and get you started. And we have people on this right now that are already got started with us. And as I said, we don't make any income promises, but we do we'll work with you till you get the process up and going, the basic building block process, all the way to monetizing, which is a big part of this. But you don't start with monetizing. No. Let's start that right now, folks. You're not going to start with money.
No one's going to start just handing you over money.
No, it doesn't work that way, But the first thing you're going to need, and we said the word is online. So you're going to be online. So the first thing you need to do is to set up an email service. You're going to be collecting emails. This is how you have ongoing customers on the internet. Now, you might say, well, what about Facebook? I could have a Facebook following, and those people could spend money with me. That is absolutely true. Yep. Absolutely is that true. Yep. If Facebook decides it doesn't like you and kicks you off, you no longer have any of those customers.
There go your customers waving bye-bye.
It's gone. You may be familiar with people getting kicked off Twitter. Like you may have heard this going on. All those users, now they already may be on an email list somewhere, but the ones that just simply exist on Twitter, they're gone. Yeah. So the point is, an email address is something that you own. It is a marketable resource. It's that. So the first thing you want to do in business, on the online business, and almost it's that way offline these days, but really you want an email list. Yeah. So there's a ton of them.
Pick one that works for you.
Pick one you like. I mean, and what we mean, there's MailChimp, Constant Contact, Flowdesk, Aweber. I'm just naming some of them. Yep. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. And of those three, MailChimp is free, so we usually would say.
Yeah, we'll say you can set up, you can play. The nice thing about that is you can play for free, and there's no limit on how long they'll let you play.
No cost to you.
For 2,000 people. So the nice thing about that is there is no time ticking off. 14 days, and I'm going to have to start paying something. So that's a nice feature to play with that. But whatever it is, learn the email thing. And come with us, and we'll teach.
We'll work on that.
We'll work on that with you. So the next thing you want is, I know a good idea. I need something to send to my email list later on that tells them something, gives them good, useful information. Because nobody wants to be on your email list if you're just going to send them junk,
stuff.
random stuff. You know, what I did for my summer vacation or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you just happen to be a travel writer or something.
Right.
But
my cool recipe for food.
right. I mean, it needs to be something useful, and so and the other is, well, okay, how do I combine that with attracting people to be onto my email list? Because why would somebody want to join your email list if they don't have a promise of getting more information from you? It's all about information. So just cut to the chase on that. You're on the platform that we recommend right now. It's called Crowdcast.
Seeing it.
CROW. You're on it right now, Crowdcast. That's what we recommend because you can do your recipe show right here. You can do your online business show right here. And as you do that, you're going to be collecting email addresses. And you're going to be collecting email addresses from the people who are interested in your show, your Crowdcast, whether it be about business or crochet or
teaching people, whatever,
yoga, whatever. They're going to be interested in your content. So you're going to be playing that. So, and believe me, in the earlier days, this was a really hard step. This was hard.
Oh my gosh.
The Crowdcast has made this much easier. Notice how synergistic that is because I can advertise a Crowdcast, people will sign up for it. They will then go onto my email list. So later on, I can email them back and they can get more emails from me. And I set up a nice system.
All within Crowdcast.
All within Crowdcast, and I'm not saying you're making any money, but now you got yourself a system for collecting email addresses. That's important. Any of you right now on this, if you had 1 million email addresses, valid email addresses, interested in something you had to sell, you would retire. I mean, you wouldn't retire, you would just go into that business. Because with 1 million email addresses, you're going to make money, lots of money. You don't have to be very sophisticated to make money with 1 million email addresses. Well, most of us don't have that, but you certainly want to move toward that. You want to start collecting email addresses. So we recommend Crowdcast. But really, before you get started too much with Crowdcast, you got to decide who it's on the internet. It's called niche, Niche. It's the small band of people that you want to market to. Left-handed people who crochet. How do you like that one, Phil?
I love that. I might look up that later on.
That's a niche.
Now I'm curious about that.
I made that up, folks. I don't know if they really exist, but it's a niche. You know, now I can research it. I can see if there is a collective of people that are left-handed crocheters that are on the internet that I might sell to. I don't know.
If you have a Crowdcast, boom, you're going to get their email address.
You know, but if there are those people out on the net and you can say, hey, I have a Crowdcast about it, they're probably going to come and sign up for you. So you have to define your niche. You can go all the way around and around and around. And it actually turns out to be a rather hard thing for people to do, to define their niche.
That is the tough part.
And by the way, right now you are living part of a niche because you're interested in building an online business. And that's why you came to this Crowdcast.
Why you did the click thing.
You clicked on this Crowdcast. So that's a niche in and of itself. Now, it brings up another point, but you want to have a niche where people are spending money in it. And we know, and any of you have been around this, there are lots of people making lots of money in the how to build an online business sector, right?
Oh my gosh, it's grown by leaps and bounds. It was already pretty big.
But the thing is that don't shy away from anything because there's money being made in it. That means yes. That means it's a lake where there's fish and people are catching fish.
Fish to catch, right?
Right. And you don't want to go to the lake where nobody's catching fish. That's a bad lake. You won't make any money.
Like the left-handed crocheters, I'm betting that's not a big lake, right?
Now, that would be the next thing. I look over. Well, there's nobody spending money in that niche.
Yeah.
Don't do that niche. But you got to think in niches and then see if people are spending money inside that niche. That's how you do this. And we can help you with that as well.
Sure.
And now that you've got those three elements together, your niche and your email list and your crowdcast, and you have that system up and going. So now you got an up and going system of working. Well, now you want to monetize because you need to at least pay your internet bills.
Break even, right?
Start breaking even.
A bad business.
And so now you start making the decisions on how to monetize. Turns out there's more than one way to monetize. A lot of people go into the coaching, the consulting kind of realm, or they're literally selling, a coaching kind of business where, you do crowdcasts, and then that attracts people to come see you for an hourly rate, kind of thing. So that's one way. Obviously, another is you can attract them to come and buy your video course or something. For that matter, you could get them to come buy your fishing lure. What else they sell out there?
Product, right.
How buy my cup holder. You see those commercials on TV, right? Cup holder or whatever it is. Now, you can monetize in lots of different ways. But now you think about it and you think, well, how could I then translate that into making money? Which you can. You absolutely can. But notice the making money part we put fourth. The first three, because you can and all of this you can play around. Well, the crowdcast the niche and the monetize you can play with a lot. So your static things are email list and crowdcast. They're just staying there. But then your niche, like you work a niche for a while and you say, you know what, that's just not a good lake to be fishing in. That's not working out for me. I want to change. You can change. You don't have to stick with a niche. You can move it over, and then also you can literally change how you're making money with the niche. You can go from selling courses to selling your time to selling a physical product or whatever. Lots of different ways to do it. But at the end of this, and you could do this, well, you could do it in a week. You're really good. You could do it in a week's time, get all that set up. I didn't. It took me longer than that. It took me longer than that. I would say yes. You're going to spend a month at it. Yeah. And okay, so now let's get to the brass tacks. What's going to happen when you start going to set this stuff up? You're in the lower right. You're ready to set up your online business. And you know what, folks? All that stuff on the lower left has magically disappeared.
Here. Cover it up.
It is just gone. Anybody here believe that? Nope. It has not gone anywhere. It's not gone anywhere. No way, no how.
It says, we've been waiting for you to start.
And it is just waiting for you to start setting up an email list. And what's going to happen when you go to set up an email list? That lower left stuff is going to scream at you with megaphones as you go to set up that email list. Every step of the way, you are going to have that lower left stuff. And Phil and I are the masters of accepting your lower left stuff and going ahead and setting up the email list.
Yep.
So that's where the hold you by the hand sort of stuff comes through. True with every new step. Exactly.
That's right.
Every new step, the lower left with megaphones, because it didn't have megaphones before you went to actually do
right.
something. But as soon as you go to do something, out comes the megaphones.
It's going to up its game.
The public address system.
Yeah. Aruga.
It just wipes you out. And that's what you would spend the money with us for. is that we hold you by the hand.
Yep.
We get you through that process and get those especially the first three and into the fourth one up and going with you.
Up here, right.
And we know we've taken several people through that path. If you're wondering, it used to be before Crowdcast, you had an email list, but then you had to have a website where you offered somebody what's known as a freemium. And you may still see that out there, which usually was the form of a PDF, a document that you could offer somebody for free, and they would give you their first name and email address in exchange for that document. That's the old way. Crowdcast, now they give you their name and email address to come to your Crowdcast, to sign up for your Crowdcast. And so the Crowdcast is the freemium. They bundle it all together. That's why it's so powerful. So just to let you know, that's why we don't do freemiums. Go ahead and spend the money on Crowdcast too.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff, we wouldn't recommend any of this stuff you sign up for a year. They all have a thing where you can pay by the year and save money. You can always do that later.
Yep, you can.
That's, you don't have to do that right off. You can start with
Crowdcast is monthly if you want to go.
you start monthly, start everything monthly. That way you can limit your outlay, and you get a few months into it, you might go, this isn't my cup of tea, this isn't what I want to do. Okay, but at least then you did it, you gave it your best shot at getting it done. And really, that's all there is to it. Now, that's what we do. We are not that egotistical to say that we have the only way of doing it.
No.
We know
this is our way of seeking clarity each day.
But that way you can wake up and you know just what you need to do next. I need to set up an email.
There you go. Where am I at? Where am I at on my matrix?
I need to set up my Crowdcast.
There you go.
I need to work on defining my niche.
I need to figure out a way to get paid.
I need to figure out a way to get money out of this. Now, notice the first three is already a work in process. That's the nice thing about it. You've already got a nice little process going.
Let that stuff run.
That's running. All right. It's just going to run. And then with it running, then you're going to reach up and monetize. That's how this is done. It's really trick. It's really cool stuff. It's fun, and we'll tell you, it's very rewarding, even just to get the email list Crowdcast niche thing going. It's very rewarding because you will have built something that almost nobody else has ever built.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
You've
moved into the less than 1% category.
Yeah, you're a 1%er. You may not be a 1%er in money, but you're a 1%er in accomplishments. Because most have it. Now, the thing about this also, let me just tell you a little more. You now have a voice. Now you're broadcasting to the universe.
You got this thing called a channel.
You got a channel. And Tina says it works if you work it, and it does. But
it does. This
thing that you will get on the other side, that you now have this voice that even if you never made a dime at it, but it turns out that you really like talking to left-handed crochet people.
And they like hearing you.
And they like hearing from you.
That's pretty cool.
Now, if you go to selling them left-handed crochet hooks, you're good.
That's right.
They're ambidextrous, folks. Left-handed scissors, yes, you can sell left-handed scissors, not crochet hooks. But you get my idea. The cool thing is that you have a voice, and if you're that kind of person who likes to broadcast, and share information with people,
that stuff you want to share. Right. You got a song in your heart, and you want to get it out.
You want to get it out. And by the way, Crowdcast is set up that you can be a musician. You can set the sound quality up for musician quality stuff. You can literally even play musical instruments on this thing if you wanted to. So yeah, you got a voice. You want to perform. You want to get your word out there. Gosh, that's a big deal to do that. And then go, okay, with that done, how might I make some money at it? How might I do that? How might I? And of course, it is online, so it's relatively efficient way. And it is entirely possible that you can set up where you're making several $100s or more a month doing this. Absolutely possible. It absolutely can be done. But you might have to tweak the niche and the monetize. There's no doubt about that. Almost nobody is so lucky as to hit a profitable niche the first time. That's some people do, but most people don't. But well, by the way, I'll tell you right now, one of the traps people get in is they say, "Oh my God, I can't choose that niche because then," the thinking is, I'm stuck. I can never do any other niche.
In my niche.
That would be like saying, I always have to fish this lake.
Right.
I can't.
I can never go to another stream or pond.
Yeah.
Right here at this bank at this time of day.
Yeah.
With this bait, right?
With this bait, with this rod reel. I mean, I'm just stuck. And then no.
It works, folks.
You can change, but your mind will muck with you on it.
And that's where the noticing in the middle.
And that's another thing we help with. We help people develop a niche, and if that one doesn't work out, how to brainstorm and do things to lift up out of that niche and go over to another
to help you keep your flow going.
Keep it going.
Keep the process going.
A lot of fun, a lot of cool people in the space. They're active. There are people doing stuff. So there you go. So if you've got any questions, you can ask questions.
Yeah.
Let us know. We help people twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. By the way, 1 p.m. Live. And I know some people say, "Oh, do you record them?" Actually, no, we don't. We don't record those. Those are live things, and too often things get said that probably ought not be recorded.
Yeah.
Not that they're untoward. This is business stuff and things that wouldn't be best for recording. But you come on live at 1 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday Eastern Standard Time, and we help. We talk. We motivate.
Support, and we support each other. The group support themselves.
Help you get DRRing going, which is derived relational responding. Ashley says, "Thank you guys so much." You're welcome. But by the way, do those 4 steps.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're not holding back. That's all we do. Now, I'll say anybody who's done this with us, like those 4 steps are just, and they are 4 steps, but are they really, really easy to do? Well, on the one hand, yeah, they are easy to do, except for there's a little area of the matrix. Anybody think that you might run into problems doing those 4 steps? What do you think, folks?
You think you might have an opportunity to notice yourself running into problems?
Not at all. They're all just going to go off and do it.
Probably. Yep, there you go. Right. Most definitely. Here, yeah, you go.
There you go.
Ready to roll.
Oh, there. Good for you, Stuart. Good for you. But we will look forward to hearing of your reports back of your successful implementation.
Channel open.
And I will tell you, folks, it has not been my path. My path is
no way.
A lot of work to get to where we know Phil and I.
Trial and error.
Phil and I discovered Crowdcast together, literally on a Zoom call. We were farting around and found.
We discovered it out of frustration of noticing that something else wasn't working
so well. It wasn't working so well, and we went, "Oh my God, look at this!" And we were in with both feet in less than 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
We've never looked back.
Yeah.
Really, our love. You'll see our love for Crowdcast. So anywho's, uh, do join us. If you have questions, email us.
Check out the link below.
And you can get started. Thing is, if you sign up with us, more than likely you'll get it done, which of course lends itself to a whole nother set of fears.
Yes.
You might have success.
Oh my gosh, no.
And then there's fear of success.
Oh no. New fear. Tell me about it.
Right. The human mind is an infinite reservoir of yuckiness.
Oh my gosh, a bubbling spring of fear.
That shows up. We're aware, but we have a lot to do. In all honesty, folks, we do have a lot of fun. So come join us.
Yes, please.
Okay. And I think that's it. Tina, anything else? Tina knows what we're doing. Got something. We've had our button up the whole time, which is it's good for us.
Join us, Tina says.
Now, please do join us. It's a lot of fun.
We have a good time.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. We're done.
That's it.
See you later.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.